Hey, what's going on, guys? I had a little change of plans today. I gotta make a 2 foot by 2 foot box and put a grate on top of it. So let me get this thing marked out here, cut out, and we'll get to tacking that stuff up and see how it turns out. A little trick here. Whenever you got a piece like this that's already been cut off, I'm sure most of y'all know this, but I always try to find my factory edge. No, it ain't perfect, but it's close enough for what we need it for. Get this thing lined up here. Man, it's hard working and holding cameras and videoing, and that's what I got here. There we go. Trying to pay attention to what I'm doing, but mark that thing right on that line. Alright. Ooh, that's horrible, wasn't it? Put that there. Alright. Two foot by 2 foot squares. Alright, I ain't gonna bore you guys with cutting this out, but to get it cut out, I'll be back here just in a minute. I got this thing cut out. Probably should have pulled my torch out, but like I done my ass, I cut it with a grinder, and my cuts are a little wonky, but match this corner up best I could. This one, I'll take a grinder and square this one up, square this side up, and then I'll tack it, and then we'll go from there. All right, I got it cleaned up good enough. I mean, this is going to be buried underground. All it is some kind of spring drainage box. Put a grate on top so nobody falls in it. So I ain't gonna waste a whole lot of time in cleaning this thing up and making it look perfect if it's going to get buried. But this little thing here, it's pretty handy. If you guys ain't got one, you do a lot of plate stuff, probably should pick one of them up. But we'll do like an outside corner joint here. I'll tack at and then tack a bottom and work my way around, and then we'll get to welding here in a few minutes. I hope y'all can hear me over a welding machine. But I got this thing squared up. There we go. Squared. Squared. But I'm gonna run some tacks, like maybe 3 little tacks on each side. There, all the way around. Hopefully it'll hold squareness. And if it draws real bad, I'll put some kind of bracing or something in here. And then we'll get these outside corner joints done. And then we'll put the grate on, all right? I wussed out. Those tacks, it pulled pretty bad. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tack this angle on and keep it from drawing so much. And then I'll cut this angle off. All I'll do is put just like 2 or 3 little tacks on it. And then I'll use this angle for my grating. I'll hold my grating on. I'll tack it in there. See if I can get around here. Sorry. I'll tack it in there like that. That way it's got a good steady, firm base for that grating. In case somebody steps on it, they won't fall down inside of it. So, alright, get this tacked on, welded up, and then we'll get to the next part. Alright, we got our corners welded up, and I actually ended up changing my plan up where I said I was going to tack the angle out here on the outside. I actually ended up just welding it solid on the inside on all 4 corners. That way I don't have to worry about it moving. But this here's got a recess down into this. So, see, we should be a little bit over an inch, ain't we? Yeah, okay. So now let's find us a piece of angle, because I was actually going to use the ones that I was going to put here. I was going to use them to hold the grate up. But since I welded them in solid, I'm going to find some more. And then I'll use this to see how far to recess it. But let's rummage through the metal here and see what I can find. Alright, this is my new plan. I found me a piece of something I had laying around. I actually had plans for it, but we'll get another drop from it one day. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut this out, and that way it'll fit down in there and I know where it's going to go, and I ain't got to worry about measuring it, because I'm actually going to flip the box upside down, because my bottom, that's actually going to be, you're not going to be able to see, one of them's off just a little bit, but this one here is actually square all the way around. So this is the better looking side. And I'm going to flip my box upside down. I'm going to lay my grating in so it's actually on the concrete. That way this will be flat on the concrete, this will be flat on the concrete. And then I'll reach down and put these in on the sides and weld them in, and that way whenever you put the grate back on, it'll be flush, if that makes sense. If not, you guys will see what I'm talking about here just in a minute. But a little trick on this grating stuff is try to be really careful, because if not, like when you cut it out so it's even, like this little piece here, it's good to lay up on here. You can kind of see what you need to make it look even. If not, you got to be really careful so it don't look stupid. But it's about the only time you'll ever see me use a Sharpie. So right there's about where it's going to be. See, 1, 2, 3 notches. Come over here, 1, 2, 3. So we'll cut it on this one. It'll be just a little different, but get out there here and mark all these. But these old metallic Sharpies, man, you can't beat these things. Sorry, Mrs. Spider, I gotta get rid of your web. Alright, so I'm gonna cut right there, and then cut right here, all the way down through here. That way, it'll be pretty even all the way around, and it'll have some room so they can take it in and out and all that good stuff. But we get this cut out, and I'll flip the box upside down and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Alright guys, that's what I'm talking about. I got this thing flipped upside down, and I laid my grate in here, and my weld square tubing on each side, on the front and the back, all 4 corners, or all 4 sides. But if you look, see how that's off a little bit? So I'm going to use this as my bottom. If it's going to be in the ground, I ain't going to worry about taking all the time to square all it up. But we get this square tubing in here and tacked up, and this thing will be a wrap, and I'll show y'all what it looks like here just in a second. Alright guys, before I show you this final product, hit that subscribe button for me if you don't care, and smash that like button. But here you go. Boom, there it is. Nothing to it, pretty simple little project. Some kind of little drainage box, that's all I know. So thank you guys for watching.